we're live at the corner of Wilshire and La Cienega Boulevard. This is the Solidarity Action for Brazil. The what?
Do you want the president? Like, tweet colors. Phone. You know Dilma? The Brazil is watching.
Who is watching? Brazil?
Brazil is watching.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
Oh my gosh,
Está muito bom também. Agora foi o campeão. Ela tá bem? Tá calminha, meu amor? Estão protestando, a gente
What does your sign say? What does your sign say?
It's a punishment to the corruption.
It's a punishment for the corruption?
Yeah.
What are some of the worst corruptions that are happening right now?
Well, a lot of money that is not being invested in Brazil. You know, the politicians just, a lot of corruption among the politicians. So then the taxes we pay is not returning to our public.
It's a lot of taxes that you pay, right?
Exactly.
So where do you think the tax money is going?
For their pockets.
You think so?
Yep.
So how are the complaints are about the schools and the hospitals and...
Yeah, well, what basically we want is to get for the taxes we pay to get more public you know schools and service. Yes, for the money we pay. So that's
So
basically.
how bad are the schools and the hospitals?
They are horrible. I mean, not in a good. They are not in a good condition. So
Are there public schools? Do children have to pay to go to school, or?
we have public schools, but they are not good. They are horrible in a not good condition. They pay a very low salary to the teachers. So then, yeah.
And someone before was telling me they don't have chairs and tables and.
Right, exactly. Yeah, in some poor places, yeah. Yeah.
It sounds awful. Thank you. Can I ask you about your sign? It says we love soccer, but we hate corruption. What kind of corruption are you upset about?
The government in Brazil, we pay a lot of. I mean, people in Brazil pay a lot of fees, taxes, and there's no returns. They keep the money all for themselves. So we'd like to put the money that we pay for the fees and taxes. We'd like to pay this money back, hospitals and school and people, and not in their account.
So where do you think the money is going?
To the account, to their big mansions, their fancy cars and big farms that all they have.
You think the politicians are just keeping all the money?
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, that's sad.
What kind of change are you hoping for?
We changed for a government that to put the money in the people, like the Brazilians, hospitals and education. It's sad. It's sad. We have more than 3 trillion reais per year only with taxes, and there's no return. People are dying in the hospital because they have no doctors. People has no education, has no school. The teachers they have only $300 per month each, and that's nonsense. So
that
like
sounds really bad.
it is. So we'd like to change.
Awesome. Thank you.
I thank you.
Can I ask you about your sign? Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. Whoever wants to talk. Okay. So your sign that says Brazil, we are with you, change Brazil. What kind of changes are you hoping to see?
We are hoping to see better healthcare, better education, no corruption, and there's so many changes. I can be here forever talking, but we need better people in the Congress. We need people to look for the hospitals, not just for the World Cup, which is right now. So we do need better healthcare. That's the main problem. Education. Our people there need it. We are here to support the people in Brazil.
Awesome. Thanks. So your sign says we're trying to rebuild Brazil. Sorry for the inconvenience. What kind of changes are you hoping to see?
The same as she told us, education, health, that's all we need to have a better Brazil.
So what do you think that, you guys are paying a lot of money in taxes, where do you think all the money is going?
Well, just ask our president, she knows.
Yeah.
I'm sure she knows.
Thank you. Do you guys, if you're watching the stream, if you have any questions you want to ask, just type them in the chat and I'll ask them. Maybe. Probably.
about it, bye. I know I am.
How'd you put that? Yeah, I know. I can't check her.
Huh?
Take a picture of this?
I didn't take a photo, but I filmed it.
Yeah.
Let's see, I love my country, it's a government, I'm ashamed. Amo meu país.
Amo meu país.
Amo meu quê?
Amo meu país.
Amo meu país. ¿Qué dijo?
Nice one.
What does it say?
You don't know Portuguese.
I don't know Portuguese.
You don't know? Is the sun that here is here?
I know
Just
Spanish.
do it.
I know a little Spanish.
Police brutality.
What's apoyo mean?
Apoyo means support with Brazil. You need a ride back, let me know.
Which way are you going?
Installé.
Okay, I'll get a ride with you then.
Alright.
Okay. I'm forgetting your name again.
Huh?
I'm forgetting your name again. Juan. 1.4.
Eu sou brasileiro, com muito orgulho. Eu sou brasileiro, com muito amor. Eu sou brasileiro, com muito orgulho, com muito amor. Vai dar a volta onde? Got some comments. Yeah, some comments.
So what?
Some comments.
Interviewing someone, I think.
Então é isso aí, galera. Valeu. Porra, velho. Globo é o caralho. Tem Globo News ali, velho. Ali é Globo News. A galera tá falando. É Globo News? Velho, eu não quero chamar a atenção de Globo News. Eu quero chamar a atenção de NBC, velho. Globo News é o caralho. Querendo CNN. Pô, Globo News. Eu quero CNN, porra. Não.
tô cansado de sujeira. Chega de zoeira, 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 tô cansado de sujeira.
Não importa o doctors, olha. Quem for todo médico de Cuba, porque a educação é precária, não tem médico se formando no Brasil, tem que trazer cubano. Agora com meus pais, demorei tanto tempo.
Sem vergonha. Volta aqui, Luana. Sorry. Can I go behind you?
Tira uma foto dele, tira uma foto dele. Aí a foto dele é segundo. Ele vai botar no perfil dele no
That's true.
That's how you do it.
Right.
Peraí, eu já quero aqui, ó. Transparente mesmo. Joaquim, vem pra cá. Did you go to any of that?
Press where?
Ow! Did you go to the Turkey protest?
What's that?
The ones for Turkey?
No, I didn't go.
It
wasn't.
Like in a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I heard about it, but I didn't go.
Okay, it's kind of like this, but more fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah, way more fun.
Okay.
You know how they're singing? They sing more.
Okay.
How they're jumping up and down? They jump up and down more.
More energy.
Yeah, more fun.
Alright.
Yeah. So you need to bring this, the singing and the dancing.
Yeah.
And you need to bring that to your occupied day.
I think for them it's the first time. They're gonna get better as time goes by.
No, the Turkey people on their first time, they did better. Yeah. The first one they have is in Pershing Square
Uh-huh.
on a Friday night.
Okay.
Everybody, like every single person was singing. Everybody was jumping up and down. They were doing the wave. It was crazy. It was fun.
It was a lot of people?
Yes, much more than this.
They did one in Pershing Square, you said?
Yes, the first one for Turkey, they did it. Yeah.
On the TV, and the TV is like the right side, so how they show just what they're saying right now. But anyway, we tried. I was there. I think it was fine. I think it was great.
Were you were on the TV interview?
If I wasn't the TV interview,
Yeah.
no,
Oh, okay.
other friends were. Do you want to talk to them?
I don't know anything. I just.
Okay. I'm learning how to explain in English, and in Spanish is really hard, both of them. In Portuguese is so much easier, but okay, I'll try. There are a lot of people here. We're talking about they are against our corruption. They are against generic things, not just about. They don't have really specific causes, you know. We are here, and there are a lot of people here. They are against social movements there in Brazil. They are putting fire in our flags. They are beating people, and this is not the thing that we believe. We are here for all laborers, for all people that are on the street trying to get things better, you know? Like you are here, guys. So I think this is important that we are together. But I can talk to someone that was actually organized the event, maybe she can explain a little bit more, a little better. I'll call her.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. A little bit of nationalism and this kind of thing, I don't really. So are you taping for?
I'm live streaming. I'm just independent, and I have people watching live.
She's one of the organizers. Qual é o nosso real motivo de estar aqui?
Okay, for her, that's awesome. Hi, so do you have any questions for me?
I really don't know a lot about what's going on, so I just wanted to have people watching live at home, and I just want to know like what's going on, what are people upset about, what kind of changes are you hoping to see?
Okay, so what's happening now in Brazil, the protest started for a bus fare race, and people got into the streets because that was really excluded, and people with low income couldn't take the bus. And now it's getting bigger and bigger. Right now it's a little confused. There's a lot of people with different reasons to be at home at the streets. So the organization is preparing this Solidarity Act because we actually got our rights back, and the bus fare is no longer going to race, and also because we are together with the minority and the workers, and we think people are gonna change the vision we have with the minority, and get it. I guess it's it. Like we're looking people for get more information and position, and now we need more like a common point to fight for. Right now we're a little spread out, but that's gonna change for sure.
So do you think education and healthcare are the two major points?
That's also in the main points. Yeah, we need to get better education-wise. We need to get better healthy-wise. But I think that those are the main points right now. And more like education the minority, it's the biggest issue we're fighting for.
So do you feel like this is a revolution that's happening in Brazil?
Well, I don't think so. I think our government, especially our president, is really aware of what's going on, and I think she is changing things right now as we speak. So this is not against the government whatsoever. We are supporting her because she is on our side. We believe she's on our side. It's not anti-governmental. Because in Brazil we have a left government.
Okay, but I've heard that in Brazil you pay a lot of taxes.
Me too, that's true.
So where do you think all the tax money is going?
Well, I think we have a corruption problem right now. Yeah, I do not know exactly where all the money is going, but I believe since Lula came to the government and since Dilma is our government, these things are changing and the money is getting a little more focused to the infrastructure and for all of the good programs that we have in Brazil. We have actually a program for very low income people to have monthly housing from the government. So right now I think the taxes are getting a little bit better direction. What I do feel like I think that's all.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. I think it's better for you to talk about it too. Okay.
Alright. Hi, my name is Patty. I'm just an independent journalist, and I don't really know a lot about what's going on, so I thought maybe we could share I have people watching live here.
Okay.
So if you can just tell us what's happening in
Brazil?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I started from a protest about a fare hike. The major municipal cities wanted to raise the bus fare. Same thing that we've had here happening over the last few years in Los Angeles. And so the police attacked the demonstrators, and the sympathy of the people was just explosive. And so in the course of like hours, you had thousands and thousands of people coming out to both demand that the police stop repressing the demonstrators, to defeat the fare hikes, and now it's expanded to talk about other issues that are affecting the Brazilian people, the workers and the youth, access to education, social services, and healthcare. Same problems we're having here in the United States. They're also very mad at the Workers' Party government, the PT, which is spending millions and hundreds of millions of dollars on construction for the World Cup. But meanwhile, there's huge problems of poverty, education, access to services, as I was saying. And so it's a struggle that we have a lot of sympathy with here in the United States. I'm part of an organization called Workers' Voice. We are together with another organization in Brazil called the Socialist Workers' Party United. And so we're doing this as a kind of act of solidarity that we think is really important to see how we can unite the struggles, and here in the United States put more pressure on the government of Brazil to meet the demands of the people.
So you were saying that there are some parallels to the situations that we're having here in the United States. What do you think it would take to get thousands, hundreds of thousands of Americans into the street?
Yeah. I think it's hard to predict when that will happen, but we see in Brazil, just like in Turkey, it was a very small fight that started this explosion. In Turkey, the government was going to close down one park in Istanbul, and all of a sudden you had a nationwide rebellion. In Brazil, it's the same thing, just a raise in the cost of taking the bus, and all of a sudden the movement explodes. So it's I don't think that these kind of things can be predicted with a timetable, but I think that we have a lot of problems here in the United States, and any deepening of the crisis, the economic crisis in this country, can produce mass explosions. And we've seen partial struggles like Wisconsin happen, Occupy movement 3 years ago, the public education.
Yeah, but Wisconsin was so inspiring.
Yeah, it was huge, and so I think the situation is still very.
The idea of Occupy, the idea of putting your body down and not moving.
Yeah.
I think that's an inspiring.
I think reclaiming public space, and also just the general fight to say we, the workers, the youth, the people who are living in hard conditions, that we have a right to to everything, all the wealth that we create in this society. Why is it that we have small amount of bankers and capitalists and corporations that own all of the wealth, control all of the production?
Why are we not more pissed off?
Yes, why are we not more pissed off? I think it's hard. I think a lot of people who are pissed off just don't know yet how to go. They haven't seen, or they haven't been inspired, or they haven't seen organizations that believe they can carry them forward in the struggle. We had, after the 60s and 70s in this country, there was a lot of repression against the social movements. And that kind of culminated.
I know.
So I think things are possible here, like everywhere else. In Egypt, people would say before they overthrew the dictator there, they didn't believe that it was possible. Most of the people who they interviewed at the time said it was not possible to change the situation, and like that, it's possible. So I think what we see around the world is very inspiring for us here to know that sparks can light flames.
So do you think what's happening in Brazil could be a revolution?
I don't think it's gonna go to a revolution today. I think a lot of workers and young people have faith in the Workers' Party that's in power right now in Brazil, and so I think it'll take a deeper process in order for there to be a deeper revolution there.
So is she part of the Workers' Party?
Yeah, she is.
A couple other people I talked to, they said they support the president, and they feel like she's helping.
I don't think so. I think that she's because the Workers' Party used to be a working class party, but in the last 5 to 10 years, it's transitioned to a much more a party that's aligned with business and corporate and foreign interests, including U.S. interests. And so I think that's why I say I think that it will take a longer process for there to be a revolt against the government as opposed to a revolt against policies, because there's a lot of people who believe that Dilma is doing everything she can, but I don't think that's true. Just that I hope everyone joins us out here in the streets, and we hear calls for action, from the cities and towns of our country, that we come out and mobilize and fight like the Brazilians, like the Turkish, like the Egyptians, and we'll make our revolution one day too. Yeah.
Let's get pissed off.
Yeah, we are pissed off.
Right, thank you.
Thanks.
So, who's that? I can't read the name. Who's that? Right there? What do you say?
Pusits.
Hey, Pussy!
¡Arriba la lucha de la clase obrera! ¡Arriba la lucha de la clase obrera! ¡Arriba la lucha de la clase
Hi, Susie! Hey, now I'm gonna go in the archive. I'll be right back.